finally got a fuse panel that I bought from Amazon, and I'm going to start mounting it on the back panel of my R2 door. So I took it off, and as you can see right now, it's just kind of a mess, and everything was hooked up to this basic terminal block right now. And then I also have the motor coming off onto here, and it's getting powered just by a separate 12 volt power supply that I had. So I've ordered a 12 volt regulator. I don't know when it's going to come. It takes a couple of days. So for now, I'm going to hook everything up to the fuse block, get rid of this terminal block, and trim up the wires a little bit because they're pretty long. And everything should still be coming off of my 15 amp power supply that I have. Until I really need to get into battery usage, I'm just going to use this power supply since it seems to be enough to get everything going right now. So that's where I'm at, and start hooking things up. Okay, so just to recap what I just did, I basically just cut these wires shorter. I use these little crimp connectors because they're a lot easier to put onto these terminal type blocks. So I crimp connect it, and then just use a little heat shrink just to kind of protect everything and keep it all nice and neat. So did the same things like over here on this one. So just keep going, and we'll hook up this terminal fuse block here. So keep going. Okay, so we've got it wired up. I didn't put the fuses in yet, but just kind of give a rundown of how this fuse block works. So from the power supply, which would be, either your battery, or for me right now, I have this 15 amp power supply. I have the common ground that runs here, and that distributes to all the different grounds that you can connect to it. So this block here can hold 12 different fuses, and it was good up to like 100 and some odd amps. So definitely going to be okay for this build. We have the common and positive here, and this is a 24 volt DC power supply, so that means everything here is getting 24 volts. So right now everything is good because the majority of it's going to a regulator. The only one I don't have a regulator for right now is the dome motor. So I just kind of hooked up this blank one here that I'll eventually run to the regulator, and then the motor will get hooked up then. So right now the motor is just sitting here. It's not going to be hooked up until I get that regulator. So that's about it. I'll put the fuses in, and then we'll test it out. All right, I got it powered up. It's working nice. Everything powered up. Boards are on, amplifier's on, MP3 trigger's on. I have it connected to my Bluetooth right now, so it's not making any noise. What I went with was 10 amp fuses here. This connects over here to my speakers, and it can pull up to 200 watts at 24 volts. So I put a 10 amp fuse in there. I don't think it'll really ever blow it, but this one here is going up to the dome motor, and that can pull, the regulator is good for 9 amps. I put a 10 amp fuse. I'll probably see if I can get like an 8 amp fuse or something like that to go in there. And then this was just powering the Arduino and the Padawan system. So the smallest fuse I had right now was a 5 amp. I'll probably get like a 2 amp fuse, or a 1 amp even. just something so there's a little bit of protection for any kick voltage. But yeah, it's running. Powered up okay. Kind of see some of the lights. Logic displays, nice and bright. That's it for today.